What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. So once again, another comparison. This time around, it's kind of interesting because the iPhone 8 is actually the cheapest iPhone you can buy brand new at the Apple Store right now. So if you walk into the Apple Store, this is the most up-to-date, cheapest phone you can get. So that's one side of the parameter that we're in. The other side is the iPhone 11, which isn't the most expensive iPhone, and honestly, it's not that much more expensive than the iPhone 8 brand new. So this one is retailing for $699. This one, I believe, is $449 or I think it is $449. So definitely not a bad price to pay for a phone like this. But also $699 for the brand new iPhone 11 is not a bad price either for a brand new device that just got released. So let's go ahead and compare these two. I'm going to do a speed comparison, talk about the build quality. I'll hit on the cameras very briefly, but I'll do a whole separate video talking about those cameras. Guys, this is me coming from the future super quickly. I forgot to mention this in this video and the last video, but I'm doing an iPhone XR giveaway. It's completely free to enter. If you want to know the ways to enter, actually, click the second link in the description. It's probably the second, first link, whatever. It'll just say free iPhone XR giveaway open. Click on that video link. It'll take you to a video I made literally like yesterday. Follow the ways to enter. It's completely free. I just want to say thank you for the views being up, I guess. A bigger giveaway should be happening soon, but it's super easy to enter. And one of you guys could win an iPhone XR. So sorry about the interruption. Back to the video. But ultimately, what I'll tell you is that if you currently own an iPhone 8, I don't want you thinking you have an old phone. There's a reason Apple is still selling it. It's still very capable for like 99% of you out there. The only reason I would recommend people to update maybe is because of the design as well as the better battery life and those things that I'll get into in a second. But ultimately, if you have an iPhone 8, jumping up to an iPhone 11 is definitely an increase and definitely an upgrade in every single way. However, I would say going from an iPhone 8 to like an iPhone 10 is also a pretty big upgrade. I've said this before. So if you're out there and you're wanting to upgrade and you don't care about used phone or new phone or whatever, getting a used iPhone 10, they're cheaper than the iPhone 11s right now in the used market. So I would probably recommend you to do that. You're still getting a great phone, great build quality, even sometimes better build quality than the iPhone 11, but in a cheaper phone. But it's not too far off from this. I don't know. You can look at my iPhone 10 versus iPhone 11 comparison and see the differences between those. But looking on the outside of both these phones, you can tell that there's a crazy difference between them. The iPhone 8 has a 4.7-inch IPS panel on the front. The iPhone 11 has a 6.1-inch IPS panel at the front too. They both have the same pixels per inch, so it's going to be around the same type of screen you're looking at. People do say the iPhone 8 screen looks better, but the iPhone 11 does have True Tone display. But the iPhone 8 also has True Tone. I'm totally tripping. So that's a really cool thing between both of them. Now, in terms of the build quality, you might be surprised. I'm the one who thinks that iPhone 8 probably is built better than the iPhone 11, even though the iPhone 11 has that new texture where it's supposed to be like, more durable than whatever, even though that's kind of more exclusive to the 11 Pro with the frosted glass back. I kind of feel like, especially around the chassis of the phones, the iPhone 8 does feel a little bit better. Now, looking on the back, my iPhone 8 does have a cracked back, by the way, but looking on the back, you can see, huge difference. Not only is the size, but the dual camera setup you have on the iPhone 11. Lightning ports on the bottom, no headphone jacks on either of these, but build quality wise, I like the size of the iPhone 11 more, but the iPhone 8 I think is built better and feels more premium in the hand than the iPhone 11, excluding the notch and bezel-less display on the iPhone 11. However, the side bezel looks thicker on the iPhone 11 than it does on the iPhone 8, which is kind of funny. It looks like we're taking a step backwards here. Now that kind of covers it up for the most part on the outside. Now hitting on these software updates, here's the thing, okay? The iPhone 8, yes, is the older device, so technically it's not going to last as long as the iPhone 11 is, but I still think the iPhone 8 is going to last a very long time. The iPhone 11 is just getting started with software updates. It barely even started. So it's going to be getting many more versions of software, many more versions of iOS. So what I can tell you is that without a doubt, the iPhone 11 will outlast the iPhone 8 by at least, I would say at least one version. Is probably going to be two more likely, but I'm saying at least one just to kind of keep it safe in case the iPhone 8 does get an extra software support or extra year of software support. So with that being said, yes, the iPhone 11 will probably outlast the iPhone 8. Actually, it will outlast the iPhone 8 in software support. The iPhone 8 still has many more years of software support left. I think it still has like at least 2 or 3 years of support. So I wouldn't even worry about it. If you own the iPhone 8, don't feel like you have to go and like upgrade now in order to get the software updates. You're most likely going to get the same features that the iPhone 11 is going to be getting with iOS 13, 14, 15, and so on and so forth onto your iPhone 8 that the newest iPhones are going to be getting. So like I said, don't even worry about it. I wouldn't freak out about it too much. So that pretty much covers it up in terms of the software standpoint and how they feel on the outside. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of a speed comparison. I have almost the same apps on both of them, so we're going to go ahead and kind of open them, see which one opens up which one faster. Now I'll tell you the specs of both the phones. The iPhone 8 has the Apple A11 Bionic chip, a hexa-core CPU, and 2 gigabytes of RAM on all the models. The iPhone 11 has the Apple A13 Bionic chip, a hexa-core CPU, but this one has 4 gigabytes of RAM, so twice the amount of RAM on this model than the iPhone 8. So kind of crazy. We can go ahead and kind of tell you, I'll tell you right now, the iPhone 11 will probably, actually it will be the faster device. It has to be, I think. So, but there has been cases where I've been proven wrong. So let's go and see which one opens the apps faster. Alright, so I have all the apps pretty much cleared out in the background on both of these except for the iPhone 8, so let me clear these out. Now all the apps are cleared out in the background, so let's go ahead and start loading them up. Let's do Facebook. 3, 2, 1. And as you guys saw, immediately the iPhone 11 already is starting to show, how fast it is compared to these two. Let's do Twitter. 3, 2, 1. And again, the iPhone 11 is faster without a doubt so far on these two, but it's only like a little bit faster. Snapchat. 3, 2, 1. And again, I actually wasn't looking, but I think the iPhone 11 was faster, but let's do Instagram. 3, 2, 1. Okay, you guys saw that right there. Netflix. 3, 2, 1. And again, iPhone 11, the faster device. Bofa. 3, 2, 1. And you guys saw the iPhone 11 already open it up and the iPhone 8 slowly behind. Not crazy difference, but actually that one was more crazy than the other ones in my opinion. Temple Run. 3, 2, 1. Now we will have to redo this one because I was already into a game on the iPhone 11. So let me go ahead and redo this. Temple Run again. 3, 2, 1. And as you guys saw, the iPhone 11 just a little bit faster, not as much as you might think. I was expecting a bigger difference between those two, but it was a noticeable difference, I would say, but just barely noticeable. Quizlet. 3, 2, 1. Again, iPhone 11 was the faster one. Dropbox. 3, 2, 1. iPhone 11 was faster just by a split second though. Thank you. 3, 2, 1. And the iPhone 11 was faster by a noticeable amount. Getting into some gameplay, you'll see, like I always say, this is like a catchphrase now. They're exactly the same. I mean, this is a very basic game, but maybe if you can tell a little bit of a difference with the camera, that'd be cool, but I can't really tell anything from the viewfinder. Snake versus Blocks. 3, 2, 1. And again, the iPhone 11 is the faster one, and it's cool because these games, they're not like super graphically intensive, but you can still see a little bit of a difference, which, if we played a huge game, you'd be able to tell, but not everybody plays huge games all the time. Not everybody uses huge apps all the time. So using apps that we would use every day, you can see the little bit of a difference, here and there. Paper IO 2, 3, 2, 1. And on the iPhone 11, you guys saw already how much faster it was. Getting into some gameplay, like I always say, this game is pretty, glitchy on every app or every phone that I've ever used on. It seems to be working pretty well on both phones, so. Fruit Ninja. 3, 2, 1. And as you guys saw, the iPhone 11, again, the faster one. Really no surprise there. I mean, it's like what we already expected. Getting to some gameplay. I'm not even going to play it because you guys already know they're all almost exactly the same. Now, go ahead and show you guys the benchmark. But before I show you guys the benchmark score, let's end it off with Real Racing. 3, 3, 2, 1. Hopefully I don't have to download anything on either of these phones because if I do, I'm going to cry. Yep, I am, so I'm not even going to do it. I'll save it for next time. Actually, I'll just download it in the background. So I'll go ahead and show you guys a benchmark score instead. And as you can see, I mean, there is quite a bit of difference, okay? And here's the thing. On paper, these phones are, vastly different. The iPhone 11 is the better spec phone. And even on numbers right now, the iPhone 8 is 214,000 on the multi-core score through Antutu. The iPhone 11, 450,000 on Antutu. And this is the multi-core score. Now, this is the thing. On paper, the iPhone 11 seems to be like twice as fast as the iPhone 8. Look at the difference here. But in real world use, in the use case that I showed you of the app opening speeds, it doesn't show you everything. I'm not saying my test, shows the proof or whatever, but based off my usage right now, I don't see twice the better performance here, in my opinion. Am I saying the iPhone 11 is a slow phone? No, I'm not saying the iPhone 8 is a slow phone either, but I'm saying like the speed comparison here is like weird because it's like, they're almost like neck and neck. Like the iPhone 11, I think it was faster on every single app opening test, but it wasn't like twice as fast. It was like maybe like a couple frames faster, like a half a second faster at most. So I don't know, it was kind of weird. Let's go and talk about the cameras though. On the back, you can see we do have a different kind of setup on both cameras, but they do share a similarity, and that's the amount you can zoom into a photo. But other than that, that's really, I mean, they're almost the same camera. The iPhone 11 does have the ultra-wide sensor, a single 12 megapixel sensor on the iPhone 8, two 12 megapixel sensors on the iPhone 11. They both can do 4K at up to 60 frames per second. They're both very, very good sensors. Even the iPhone 8, it's still a very good sensor. You can tell, I mean, this is a very bad photo, but you can tell that the camera is still very good. You still have, a lot of settings for an iPhone. I mean, it's not really comparable to like a Samsung Galaxy Note or anything, but you still have, some of the main features, slow-mo and things. You do lack portrait mode on here, and you do not have an ultra-wide sensor, but for the most part, it's basic, but it gets the job done in my opinion. You are lacking some of those cooler features like ultra-wide sensors and portrait modes and telephoto lenses, but you do have the basic core features here. But on the iPhone 11, you are able to kind of take it up a notch. Not only do you have the regular lens and portrait mode and all those things, but now you do have that additional ultra-wide sensor. Now you can see my legs and all this stuff in my hand. And I think it's a really cool addition. I think you can do a lot with it depending on your use case. For me, I don't think I'm really ever going to use it. I really haven't even switched to my 11 Pro yet because I don't really feel a need to do it right now. I will eventually though. But what I can tell you is without a doubt, this camera sensor is better. I believe it is the better sensor and the better features you have within it. But I don't think you should be upgrading just for the ultra-wide sensor. But if that's you, then that's you. But without a doubt, the iPhone 11 does win here. Now, hitting on the battery life, this is probably the biggest advantage that you have on the iPhone 11 that you don't have on the iPhone 8. Now, in my opinion, I think the iPhone 8 didn't really have the best battery life ever. I feel like Apple could have done way better with it. You have a 1,821 mAh battery on the iPhone 8, but a 3,110 mAh battery on the iPhone 11, apparently. So what that means is that this is a crazy huge increase, and because you're not really, you're getting a bigger screen, but the resolution is almost the same. The pixels per inch is almost the same. So the iPhone 11's battery life will be better, and probably much better in my opinion. Especially the iPhone 8 being 2 years old. If you're getting it used, or if you have it by now, if you had it for the last 2 years, the battery has probably degraded. So you're comparing a degraded battery versus a brand new battery on the iPhone 11. So what I can tell you, my thoughts are almost the same as, they were earlier. If you have an iPhone 8, you should keep it. I don't think you should go and update just because of the features you're getting on the iPhone 11. You're getting some really, really cool things without a doubt, but I don't think it's worth the extra money you're going to get. Next year's iPhones are supposed to be a much better upgrade, so, you can probably wait till then. But if you're wanting to upgrade, and if you have an upgrade, if you have unlimited money, go for the iPhone 11 Pro, dude. Like, I feel like you're getting a much better package there. You're getting a faster phone, apparently. I don't know, not really. But better build quality, a better screen, better cameras on that as well. But the iPhone 8 is still very capable, and if you can keep this out for another year, I would really, really recommend it. But I would also recommend you going to an iPhone 10 or 10s in the used market. A used 10s is about the same price as an iPhone 11 in the brand new market. So I'd probably recommend you, bro, just do that if you want to. The iPhone 8 is still a very good phone though, so I'll leave some links to the cheapest iPhone 10 and 10s that I find on Amazon, and I'll link them straight down in the description below. So make sure you guys get them from there so you can help support the channel at the same time. I'm still doing my iPhone 10R giveaway. I can't believe I didn't even announce in the beginning but hopefully I did a card or something. That'll be the first or second link after the Amazon links down in the description, so make sure you guys check that out. It's a video, go check that out, just watch the video. But that's pretty much it. If you guys have any other questions, leave it down in the comment section below. Hit that like button, that'll mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it'll mean so much if you guys could hit that. Also check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my second channel, all those links are linked down below. I'd really appreciate it if you guys could check it out. But more importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.